Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Sagittarius is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there's anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Sagittarius, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And a 10 of Wands. Somehow I knew this would be the first card. I feel like we have put our all into something, right? I feel that you are kind of, there's almost this feeling that there's nothing left that we can give, right? We got to put this into some context because I feel like all of this effort, I feel like we're maxed out on effort, right? But I feel like the payoff is going to match the effort here, but we've got to see, we've got to look at a few more cards. Well, there it is. There's the Six of Pentacles. That is the material success as a result of all of your effort. Okay, so I think that your success is at hand. I think that everything you've been putting, really mind, body, and soul, I feel like you've been putting all of your effort. There's been a lot of discipline in your life lately, right? Here we have a Princess of Swords, Prince of Cups, and the Universe card. Interesting. And a Tower. Very interesting. We've got the Devil energy. We've got the Adjustment card. Two of Swords. Okay. And a Prince of Swords. So, interesting with the court cards here. I feel like, first of all, with the Princess over to a Prince, I feel like we're gaining in a lot of clarity. There's a certain kind of maturing of your thought or an evolution of your thoughts about something, okay? It's like we're growing in understanding. It's like we're kind of, we're getting older. We're seeing things differently, right? And maybe that's part of the Two of Swords as well. What we have to do is select the mystery card, and then we can get into these cards one by one. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the Factor Infinite and Unknown. We're going to put it over here, our very own Kelly Kapoor, right there on top. And now we're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together and it will give us the confirmation that we need. All right. If at any point during this program you feel like you know what that card might be, I would like you to put your prediction down in the comments below. All right, let's do it together. Let's make it a group exercise. Okay, so the major arcana, we've got a good amount. We have the universe up here at the very top. To me, I feel like this is kind of your ultimate aspiration. In a perfect world, in a perfect universe, this is everything that you would have, right? And then with the Tower, of course, and the kind of horizontal culmination. See, this is, the universe is at the top of the vertical path, but then at the end of the horizontal path is that Tower energy. So I kind of feel as if, the universe is surprising you in a way, right? I think it's a good way. I think that the breakthrough and the disruption that we see with the Tower card is more about you kind of leveling up from all of this effort. It's like reaching the next rung of this larger ladder that you're on, right? So I don't feel that this is the end of your journey in any way. I feel, if anything, this is a way for all of this Ten of Wands energy that's been devoted to something to finally give way to, well, the tranquility and the peace and the beauty and joy of the Six, right? Knowing full well that this is just another step on the path, right? So we've got those two, and I feel like this is kind of, also indicating a breakthrough into this upper echelon of your life, making a real significant leveling up in your life, okay? Whether it's a promotion, whether this is kind of, breaking into some industry that you're trying to work within, or if this is something in your personal or private life, I feel like it's kind of like we're breaking some sort of barrier, and we're getting to, well, closer to our ideal, right? And so I feel that with the tower and the universe, it's kind of like we're breaking the ceiling. If there is a limitation on you right now, we're breaking that and we're getting out to this more kind of open, the empty space of the universe card, which reminds us that there really are not a lot of boundaries, right? That there is much more room for us to grow and to evolve. And I think that's a big thing for you with the Prince of Cups here in the background. I feel like in all of this, all of this effort, all of this work that you're doing, now maybe you're retired, maybe you're in school, you know what I mean by work, But in everything that you're doing currently, I feel that there is a striving for authenticity, that you're trying to ensure that everything you do is an expression of yourself. You're not doing anything superficially. You're not doing anything that doesn't really have a deeper meaning to it. Okay, so you're not doing it just to do it. There's this a striving to always be expressing yourself in your unique way. All right. We have more major arcana with the Devil card and the Adjustment card. The Devil card really is this driving force that you have. And I think we had the Devil card last Sagittarius reading, or the one before that we had the Devil card as a major focus of that too. Because this is really your ambition right now, that you're on this trajectory where you feel like you're going at, 10, right? Like maxed out, maybe even cranking the knob to an 11. Really full bore pedal to the metal, right? And with the Devil card here, sometimes we feel as if that's never going to give way, right? So this puts a little bit of a spin on that tower energy, because we talked, I really think it was the last reading, maybe the bonus reading that we did for you, where there's this pedal to the metal energy, but we have to know when to stop. Because sometimes the Devil card has a little bit of this invincibility kind of complex, superhero complex, where we feel that we can go pedal to the metal full bore forever with no consequences, right? But even the Ten of Wands suggests that we're getting to the end of our efforts, that we're starting to feel that living life at the red line is starting to take its toll. Now, what we don't want to do is kind of crash and burn into a tower moment. What we want to do is break that, the escape velocity of the Earth's gravity, right? I think we talked about that. I'm pretty sure it was for Sagittarius. And so I think that right now we're still in that pedal to the metal effort. And we have to know, are we going to reach the escape velocity and be out into this, zero G kind of free, universe? Or is our machine going to break down before we get there? Okay, so we have to take that into account. But with this Six of Pentacles here, I feel like this is the success that you're looking for. And I feel like as soon as you are aware of this, we need to let off the gas. And we just need to let ourselves float in this outer space kind of thing, right? I think this is the great fortune that you've been waiting for, and I think it's arriving now. Okay, that Devil energy again. It's that driving force. We feel this ambition. We feel this need in life to do things, right? To act, to make a difference, to express ourselves. For you, it's very much about self-expression. So I wonder if, it's somewhere in your past, if you had a life where either you didn't really know who you were, or there were other factors in your environment that were trying to kind of quiet down who you were, whether it's parents or just job situation or whatever, in a friend group or something. I feel like this card is really about you stepping forward and saying, this is who I am, this is what I want, this is what I'm all about, this is what I am capable of. So there is this self-expression, I think, is a very big part of your life right now. All right. So we have our majors, and of course we have the need for the proper relationships. I want to say we had the Adjustment card in your last reading too. I'd have to go back and look. We've been quite ill here in the Thomas household. Our daughter and my wife and myself now we're all coming down with a flu. I know my wife put a post out the other day saying that there were going to be some scheduling issues over the weekend as I recover. I'm getting there, but I'm not over the hump yet. But I want to thank all of you for all of your prayers, all of your thoughts, all of your kind words. I really do feel the white, warm, healing light around me from all of you, and I appreciate that. I truly do. So you got me, I got some slippery elm tea, and we'll see if we can make it through our reading today, all right? So fire energy is front and center, okay? And then we have, excuse me, we have a little bit of water. We've got our air, which I think is really, it's that kind of, there's a decision, there's a maturing of your thought, right? And there might even be someone else in your life, a business partner, maybe it's a spouse, maybe it's somebody. I feel like there's some sort of a contract with you and some other person, right? And they may be an air sign person, they might even be a Libra person. I don't think that matters, but there's some issue with you and a business associate of some kind, whether it's a coworker, whether it's someone that you're collaborating with, whether it's like a vendor or a customer. Because there's some sort of professional relationship there with someone. And I feel like, especially when we get over here with the air energy, I think we're wondering if this person is being authentic with us, because I know authenticity is really a big factor for you in life generally. So I wonder if there's something that we're confused about with a particular person here. Okay, that's kind of the vibe that's starting to emerge with me. And then of course the Tower card puts that into a new light too, because is this relationship. See, this position here is your relationships. And your relationships now is we're focused on fairness, equality, we're focused on equilibrium, we're focused on those kind of compromises maybe. We're focused on the give and take in a relationship, but I think it's some sort of a professional relationship. Now it still could be a spouse, I guess that makes sense, there's that legal tie there, you know. But whoever that person is, I feel like we obviously don't want to be led into the disaster. Now, I know the Tower is here, and it has a lot of different meanings. One, I think this is that breakthrough of your energy, that all of your effort is paying off, and you are reaching that escape velocity into the universe, and things are going to be absolutely amazing. Doesn't mean it's not going to come with a little bit of trouble, right? It doesn't mean there's not going to be some friction. It doesn't mean that your rocket ship's not going to shake. Some parts might fall off of it as we try to get through the atmosphere, you know. So I think there's going to be some, what do they call them, growing pains or something like that, right? When we first kind of start, when we start getting out of that atmosphere, when things really start. Because see, I think that there's a level of success that you're reaching. So there's some main goal, right? But then once you reach that goal, I feel like there's a lot more, and maybe things will slow down, at least I hope they do, that once we reach that particular goal, now I don't know what that is exactly, right? If it's the grand opening of your business, if it is kind of a certain milestone that you've set in your own mind or on paper. But there's a certain specific goal that you're trying to reach, after which I think it's kind of like, we almost feel like, oh, smooth sailing from here, right? And it might be. I don't know that it's going to be the smoothest of sailing because I feel like we're going to have to really, with the adjustment card, we're going to have to adjust to the new atmosphere that we're reaching here. But we have to figure out about this person. If this is resonating with you about another person here, I almost feel like we're not sure about their authenticity. We're not sure if they need to stick around, right? I'm feeling as if we're wondering if that relationship has already done its job and now it's kind of time to move on. I don't know if it's a business partner, if it's some sort of I don't know what it is. Maybe you're thinking of, getting a new manager or getting a new attorney or, a new kind of professional something or other. But I feel as if we're kind of stuck in a little bit of an indecision with that person. We do have the Two of Swords over here, right? So with the Two of Swords, we're trying to see, excuse me, we're trying to see which option is going to be the best. And I know that there's this maturing of your thought. There's this kind of, expansion of your plans. I think that your ambitions are growing. We don't reach this level, the Six of Pentacles level and say, that's far enough. I think I'm going to go back to what I was doing before. I feel like you're looking further up the mountain here. And maybe with this, I don't know, we'll call him the air sign person, but maybe with this air sign person, there's this feeling as if they're not maturing as fast as you are in terms of their well, maybe in terms of their ambition, in terms of even their skill and knowledge about whatever this business or whatever this thing is. They're playing, well, I don't know why this came to me. They're playing checkers, you're playing chess. Okay. And I just feel as if they don't have the same kind of vision that you have. And so we're wondering if we need to get somebody else in here, if I need to get a new, I don't know if it's a contractor or if it's, I don't know if it's a bank or something. There's something that's very kind of official and professional about that relationship. I'm really not thinking it's a spouse. I'm thinking it's somebody maybe that you've hired for consulting or something, and now maybe you're realizing that you need somebody that's like more familiar with what you're trying to do, right? Okay. Anyway, but the Two of Swords here is that kind of indecision. And really, because of the Two of Swords, because there's this crescent moon up above everything, I always say that this is not an intellectual exercise necessarily. We do have to kind of weigh the options and be discerning, but ultimately, you're going to know the right answer when you come to it, okay? As an exercise here, we like to just ask yourself the question and then immediately answer it. Don't give your brain time to kick into gear and start thinking about it. If I were to ask you now, do you want to keep this person around? What's your answer? The longer we wait, the further we get from the intuition, from the real spontaneous kind of thing. And it doesn't mean you have to act on that, but whatever the first thing out of your mouth is, that's very revealing to what you're truly feeling. And because there's kind of an absence of water energy here, right? The only water we have is here, which I think, again, is you're striving to be authentic and just to stay true to yourself and stay true to maybe your artistic vision of this thing, of whatever it is that we're working on right now. Excuse me. I don't like slippery elm, but it does make my throat feel better. Because there's no other water energy here, I'm wondering if we're not really sure how we feel about this other person, other factor, other entity. Maybe it's a business, another company, maybe it's a vendor or something like that, right? I just feel like we're not sure about that relationship, or whether or not this relationship is healthy for us, or whether it's kind of steering us more toward a disaster than real true freedom. Maybe this is a contractor, like I said, that you've hired, and you're realizing that they don't really have the expertise that you're looking for, You hire somebody to paint your house, but you realize that they're someone that really has only ever painted, I don't know, fences or something. So they don't really have the skill or the expertise to do this big thing that you need them to, right? That's the feeling I get now. I don't know if it's about a house or what it's about, but that's kind of what I'm feeling here. What I want to do is a Metatron Oracle card to see if this gives us any enlightenment. It also gives me a chance to rest my voice, I guess. We do seem to get ill fairly often in this household, but we do have a 4-year-old daughter who is in preschool, and I think that she probably brings home a lot of stuff. But I do feel that I need to get a little bit of rest. But it's difficult for me. I'm not someone that well, as you are probably well aware, you've got this 10 of Wands. I think you tend to run quite close to the red line yourself. So I think you kind of know where I'm coming from, where it's very difficult to keep me out of the studio here because there's this overwhelming call that I have, Let's pick one of these cards now and see what we have. Duality. Balance needed. Balance needed. And interesting that balance is also, of course, the adjustment card. So the duality, right? Balance needed. And this really could be, apart from this issue that we're having with this other person or entity or whoever it might be, I wonder if this is really also suggesting to you that we're too much in the business portion of things. We're not enough in the how does it feel portion of it, right? We're very intellectual. I see there's a lot of this air energy, right? Obviously, a lot of air. But we're missing a little bit of that water. It's almost like you're doing this wonderful thing in your life. And it's very professional, it's very businesslike, it's very, it's very well thought out, it's very intellectual is the word that I keep getting. But there's not a lot of enjoying the feeling of it. Like, how does it actually feel to be in this situation right now? So the overwhelming air here, and maybe the balance that we do need, is to invoke a little bit of this authenticity and allow yourself to feel. See, we have the two opposing things here. This is the Prince of Swords, this is the Prince of Cups. And it really is, they couldn't be further apart, right? So I feel as if there's a lot of mental things for you to take care of. These relationships, business deals, contracts, various relationships, and the projection. It's like the business part of things, but then what about the artistic side of things, the creative, passionate side of it? But not only that, what about the joy, right? What about the satisfaction that you feel doing what you're doing right now, right? And maybe this is one of those situations that is, right now I gotta just be all about the business, I've gotta focus, I've gotta concentrate my mind. I can enjoy my feelings later, right? And maybe this is kind of what we're doing now is when we reach this milestone, maybe that is going to allow you the chance to have all of this emotion just kind of bursting forth, and you're really going to feel the joy of this, because I think that this is really a big milestone for you. And like I said, it feels like there's a specific goal that you have in mind right now, and I think you're reaching that. I mean, that's front and center here. So I think you're reaching this. And then, of course, the Tower is kind of us releasing all of these emotions that for right now have just been kind of put aside so that we can focus on, focus on what we're doing. If we have this devil energy, this driving force, and we're very close to the top of the hill, now's not the time for you to start getting too wrapped up in your feelings, right? Now is the time to stay focused on that goal, to have the tunnel vision, to have the blinders on and just stay very concentrated, right? But then again, we're reaching that level where there's going to be that relief, right? There's going to be a release of energy. There's going to be a calming down of this Ten of Wands, and I think that it's going to be beneficial to you to let yourself feel the feelings, right? Because I think there's a lot of feelings there: frustration, joy, probably some anger, probably some confusion, right? A lot of things going on. So I think the duality here, the balance that's needed, is to, bring in some of this water energy, really feel the love, right? And express your love, express your gratitude, both to yourself, to the universe, to the other people that you're involved with, right? Because I feel right now we're the very active elements, fire, right, and air, very active elements. We need a little bit of the earth. We need a little bit of the water energy. Let's look at the mystery card, though. Maybe this is going to confirm things for us. Maybe this will be the Ace of Cups. I would like it to be some sort of water energy. Now, if you have a prediction, put it down in the comments. Three of Pentacles. Yeah, right now it's, and this is the card of cooperation too. So this is still, we're very much concerned with this particular, I don't know if it's business partners or whatever this collaboration is. Because see, this card is really about the cooperation. It's meant to be both internal and external. Like, we want to have ourselves on the same page, right? Mind, body, soul, we have to be united, and I think you are. And then we also have to make sure that we've got the right people around us. And so I think that's kind of part of the focus here, is there's someone in your life that you're not sure about if they still belong there. Okay, so we're trying to see how this other entity, energy, spirit, person, whatever, fits into your life path. Okay, I think this is what the main work for you is right now, as we're like living life close to the red line. We know there's a need for balance. We know that we have to slow down and feel the love, but there's this particular issue that you're trying to figure out right now. All right. We're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around, there's a link up top. There's one down below. New readings for Sagittarius every Wednesday and Sunday, 6 a.m. Chicago time. if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's totally free, doesn't cost anything. And I don't know why, I don't know what's going on, but YouTube has been a little bit unkind to the channel as of late, and YouTube is not pushing my readings out to anyone. Okay, the numbers are literally plummeting, right? It just so happens to coincide with when I quit my day job a few weeks ago. So of course, right, the universe works in ironic ways sometimes. So, you know, if you wouldn't mind leaving a comment, hitting the like button, watching your other placements, your sun placement, your lunar placement, your ascendant sign placement reading, and watch the readings through till the end if you can, and share them on other social media platforms as well. Okay, all these things help out, and I really do appreciate all of that. What else? What else? What else? I think that's it. I love you. Thank you. And we're all in this together.